Hi there, welcome to my channel and welcome back if you are a subscriber. Welcome if you are new. This is Cusp of Beauty Tarot and I'm here to do a February 10th through March 10th reading for you. It's relationship based, so it is any relationship that is important to you right now as you're thinking about this. This particular reading is for Aries-Taurus, the cusp of Aries-Taurus, February 10 to March 10, 2020, and think of your relationship, business, romantic, wannabe romantic, ex, whatever, business group of people, friends, family. So just to comment that I'm doing the readings in order of likes. So if you like, please like. It helps my channel and it might help get your reading up a little sooner next time. I don't always have the time to do these 12 at a time and put them up 12 at a time unless I wait, and I don't know if most people really want to wait, so here we go. Aries-Taurus. Let's see what's going on. I read these in the upright and then I'll clarify. So you are in the energy of the Empress. You see your person in the energy of Wheel of Fortune. You feel about them, Three of Swords. They are, I saw this when I was shuffling too, they're in the energy of the Two of Cups. They see you, interestingly, as the King of Swords. So, I don't know, Aries-Taurus, we'll see. They feel about you, the Emperor. That's interesting. So, you're in this warm and nurturing energy of the Empress, magnetic, attractive. They do have the energy of the Two of Cups, so there's a meeting of the minds and their feeling is of a positive partnership. We'll explore what this is. I'm not even done the initial reading yet. So the energy between the two of you collectively is the Two of Wands. There may be a decision to make. The obstacle is somebody or both of you are feeling a bit betrayed. The advice would be the Knight of Swords, potentially. And a potential outcome would be the Six of Swords. And an overarching energy would be Temperance, which is a beautiful energy of balance, healing, and in many cases guided and spiritual love. So let's move this back for you by a little bit. Okay, so let me get a sense of your reading for a second here. It makes sense to me that there's some conflicting energy here because you want to be nurturing and loving. You want to restore balance back to your life, and you want harmony and healing and be able to be nurturing. Maybe you're in a state of nurturing yourself, which could be very apropos right now because there's been, some kind of issue that's happened. I mean, obviously you're feeling hurt about something and the challenge is feeling betrayed and getting past that. And there's a potential desire to move into balance, calmer waters, etc., etc. So something has definitely occurred, Aries-Taurus. And yet you do have your person that you're thinking about, whoever, in whatever capacity that is, and so that you're thinking about right now, does feel an affinity, does feel like a heart space connection. It doesn't matter if it's not romantic, they see an eye to eye with you. It could even be a friendship, but anyway, you see them as being a fated partner. Like you may see them as a karmic partner. You may have an understanding and a knowing that they're in your life for a reason. You also may be releasing that to the universe. I think they're maybe putting up some boundaries. They might be putting up some boundaries or be looking at this fairly black and white. They think you are too. They think that you might have been more emotional with them in the past and that you're now kind of, looking at things a little bit more with your head versus your heart. That may be a surprise to them. which is interesting because you're basically a warm person for those of you I'm reading for, and you're in the energy, at least right now, of the Empress, the nurturing, giving, effusive, magnetic Queen of Queens energy. So I find that really interesting. Doesn't matter if you're a male or female. Okay. The energy between the two of you is that somebody's making a decision. Advice would be to speak your truth. If you haven't already, I would do it tactfully, but speak your truth. But you need to get over a betrayal, one or both of you. Okay. Ultimately, to find balance, move into calmer waters. So you are in the Empress energy. You're not currently taking action on this. You want to kind of get out of overanalyzing this, and you want to take a break. My initial inkling was that you're nourishing yourself right now. You see your person in the Wheel of Fortune energy, that things are changing with them. Things tend to change. They may go up, they may go down, but you see them as a really important person in your life. I think they might have had a fall from grace with you. So one minute they were kind of in this King of Pentacle, giving, nurturing vibe themselves. But you may be feeling that you're nurturing somebody who doesn't give, doesn't apologize, and etc. So you see them as somebody who's not maybe following through, or is maybe unpredictable and changing. It's hurtful because it's unpredictable. You want to put energy, you want to work on putting energy into things that serve you. But I think you have some fear around this because of being hurt in the past. It's making you feel like you're not as confident. Maybe it's hit your self-esteem to some degree, and you're trying to work on that. They're in the place of the Two of Cups, and again, we have the Two of Wands. So they need to make a choice. They're feeling like they need to make a choice. They might have two options in their life. It's at a critical juncture for them. But they may not feel they have all the information that they need in order to do that. And I don't know where this plays in with you. If there's two people involved, two pathways involved, for them. So they see you as the King of Swords. Why is that? They see you as, this makes a lot of sense. They see you as being more logical because they think that maybe you're overthinking it and pulling back and not being as giving as you used to be. They see you as being worried and fearful. We just said you were worried and fearful. They see that in you. I mean, you guys definitely connect on some level. They're not blind to what's going on here. So what's going to develop potentially? They feel about you, the Emperor. So they may have some walls up right now. Clearly your person may have some walls up right now. They feel somewhat hurt as well. You have the Three of Swords. They have the Three of Swords. Maybe what you're willing to give them right now is not what they expected. Why do they feel upset about an offer that you made? Yeah, because they don't have the insight. They may show up as an emperor, but they're not showing up as spiritually evolved. And their insight and their communication is blocked, or the offer you gave them was blocked in some way. So there's a disconnect. The energy between the two of you does have to do with choosing a path that works, because one or both of you is releasing ties to a codependent relationship and not wanting to be independent, wanting to come together, but feeling a confusion over releasing codependency and, concern that their choices are going to lead to upheaval in their life, abundance, family, that kind of thing. So they're trying to be less toxic and codependent, both of you. There's an energy of wanting a healthy relationship here, one that won't disrupt and will be abundant from all angles of life. And that is why I think the striving is for balance, for healing, for quiet, for moving into calmer waters, for getting over betrayal. So there's a partnership that has to end. Wow. There's a partnership that might be ending or needs to kind of close and move on out of a chapter in order to heal past betrayals. And the obstacle to the advice would be the Knight of Swords. So be compassionate if there is an ending or needs to be, maybe it's not ending yet, but be compassionate about that with yourself, both of you. Um, because one or both of you, again, is holding back with the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So neither of you is latching on to like being overly romantic and emotional right now, but also there's an energy of not closing out the chapter just yet because the world is upside down. Okay, moving on to calmer waters is the ultimate outcome here. But it has a current of not having a truth, not having insight, and being kind of stuck here with the Queen in the reverse, stuck on bad feelings, resentment, that sort of thing. All those things are getting in the way, or that's the spirit or energy that you both want to move out of, these negative or blocked energies. You do have it in you just to hang in there in order to make that happen. And the Temperance card would say, there's goodness. This is a divine connection that's being watched over. What's happening is probably happening for a reason. Probably not to resist it too much. Yeah. So there's been rejection for sure. And there's been a lack of communication for sure. And a pullback of passion and emotion. So I don't know if there's been ego associated with this, but there's been a lack of passion that used to be there, lack of communication. Somebody's been left out in the cold. The ultimate is trying to heal. So doing whatever you need. I think the advice for you is doing whatever you need to heal yourself. It might mean at least temporarily walking away from something that you felt you were invested in. I don't know if that's going to resonate with some of you. I know that's not always what people want to hear. Let's pull some of the Mystic Moon oracles for both sides. I'm going to shuffle on my lap to not disrupt this layout. But I'll shuffle here too. So for you, Aries-Taurus, let's get at least 2 cards for you. Admired, which is wonderful because you're in the energy of the Empress. So you might be attracting, your magnetism might be working for you right now as you nurture yourself and gain confidence. And the Empress would be focused on what they can develop and put out into the material world, absolutely, which is lovely. Focusing your energy on what you can create, what you can manifest. You might be in the spotlight for some reason as you're doing that. So relish it, relish it, relish it, and also go within and heal what you need to heal. For your person, they might be not as connected. I said that earlier. They might be not as involved and evolved. There might be some numbing or blocking going on for them. And there's pride and ego. Going on for them. I mentioned that a moment ago too, that is their ego involved that is getting in the way. And they have the Emperor, which is boundaries and ego sometimes. I mean, it's in the upright, but they also have the Magician in the reverse. And that's definitely kind of a manipulative energy. I'm just going to pull one for the collective energy for you here. That there could be an offer, one or both of you might end up making. Okay. So let's pull one good tarot here. Why don't we do that and see if there's any underscore of something we're already seeing here. The messages are pretty clear. There's some complicated energies here. There's some blocking, there's some ego, there's some desire to get to calmer places and balance for the two of you. I think your reaction is much more magnanimous, emotional, and spiritual, and theirs is more egoistic and perhaps walls up, not tapping into their emotion or afraid of their emotion. The Ace of Cups is an energy we don't see on the table, but that would say that there's an opportunity for a new emotional beginning. So that's beautiful. An opportunity for a new emotional beginning. Wonderful. I think that's going to begin with yourself. If there's any twin flame messages, I mean, you do have a couple indicators. This is a pretty deep connection. So let's just take a couple of these as well on your person. It's easier to just stay away right now. That may be due to their numbing and their pride. Lying was just easier for me than telling you the truth. Well, there's deception here. So for those of you that might fit, they might not have revealed their true feelings, which is not the same as cheating. So let's not leap to that. So that's a little bit of messages on that side. I'm going to take one more general oracle. This is the Seeking Within, which is pretty nice. Awakening. Just to show you, the card itself has a door. Every one of them has a door. And yours is awakening. And just to read it, awakening is the realization that happens after your mind says, I have no idea who I am. I give up. The self begins to disappear, and the world as you know it begins to fall apart, and darkness may come. Nothing in sight. The night is followed by dawn, and you awaken to find glimpses of a greater reality, a new sense of wholeness, and you are never separate. So if this has caused you angst and the feeling of being left out or betrayal or sadness or wondering if there's an ending or wondering if you lost yourself in this connection, this is saying that you're on the verge of an awakening, which is wonderful and beautiful. And I think that comes with this energy of cultivating your emotions, cultivating your self-care and healing. Doing whatever that takes, whatever it takes for you to do that is different for everybody. So I hope this has been helpful in some way, Aries Taurus. And I would appreciate subscribers because that helps me out. And, like or share, and please comment if any of this resonates. And I will see you again soon. Thanks.